So we go with first type of report called classical report. So the classical report is nothing but entire output will be displayed in one single list called basic list. So classical report is nothing but what? Entire output will be displayed in one single list, and the width of your output list is 0 to 255 character. It is 0 to 255 character. And this entire output will be displayed in one single list, and that list we can call it as a basic list. And the type of reporting we can call as a classical. Same thing, like whatever the programs we have created as a part of example on work area, internal table structure, table type, inner join, for all entry, modularization technique, we have designed a different program. Those all are the part of classical report only. Only the difference is what? There we have not used any of the event. Here we will use the events which is provided by the SAP based on the requirement. So the entire output will be displayed in one single list called basic list, and the type of report we can call as a classical report. The type of report we can call it as a classical report. Now, as a part of this classical report, let's discuss on one of the example. Of course, this is a real-time requirement. The requirement is stock details report based on plant and the store location. Based on plant and storage location. Now, what is the meaning of this? Like if you look at any product, that product will be having some manufacturing unit. If you look at the pen, if you look at the two-wheeler, if you look at the four-wheeler, any product, of course, they will be having the manufacture. They are being manufactured somewhere else globally. Now, if you look at most of the manufacturing units are India nowadays, everything is getting manufactured in India, including your iPhone recent model as well. It is being manufactured in India, right? Now, whatever the products are being manufactured, now if I look at the iPhone, now within the iPhone, we do have the different series which is running in the market. We do have the iPhone SE as well. We do have the iPhone 15, 16, and within the 16, within the 15, we do have the variants. We do have the app. If you look at the Apple, we do have the mini product. They do have the MacBook also. They do have the tabs also. They do have the headphones, AirPod, we can say. Then we do have the iWatch. There are many products. It doesn't mean that all the products are going to be manufacturing in a same location in a same plant. No, some iPhone series will be manufacturing in plant 1, some set of iPhone series will be manufactured in plant 2, some set of iWatch going to be manufactured in the plant 3, some set of like iPod, or we can say tablet, like tabs are going to be manufacturing in some other unit, other plant. Plants are nothing but the manufacturing area, that industry we can call it a plant in SAP. Plants are nothing but the unit, that industry which is manufacturing the product, that we can call it as a plant. Now, whatever the products are being manufactured at the plant level or that manufacturing unit level, of course, manufactured after once that product get manufactured, they are going to stock up that material within the plant premises, means area. Now, suppose if I'm manufacturing the iPhone, after manufacturing, I'm going to stock up that product within the plant, somewhere within the plant premises. But that area is not enough. We need a different area to stock up the material. You know, in your home also, for your kitchen room, you do have the storeroom. What is the meaning of storeroom? We are going to stock up all the goods which are related to the kitchen room. Of course, whatever the product we are going to purchase on monthly basis in bulk, that we are going to stock up in a storeroom. So here, storeroom nothing but the store location. Kitchen is nothing but the plant. Storeroom is nothing but the store location. After manufacturing, the kitchen is nothing but what we are going to prepare the food. Similarly, plant is nothing but the premises where we are going to manufacture the product. It can be any kind of product. Once after manufacturing, they do have some area within that plant. They are going to stock up the material, but you don't have that much of enough space like we can stock up all the goods over here only. No, we are going to move it to the respective store location, nothing but storeroom. We cannot like store our product to someone else storeroom. No, suppose you do have the neighbor, even do they do also have the kitchen room, they do also have the storeroom. Our product we are not going to be stored in their my neighbor's storeroom. No, we are going to store our product in our storage location only, nothing but our storeroom only. It means every plant will be having their own storage location. So you must be store your product which is being manufactured under your plant, that will be stored you in respective store location only. Suppose in Pune I do have the plant, and for that plant I must be having the store location. Like Mumbai, they will be having the plant. Under that plant, they will be having the store location. Suppose if the product is being manufactured in a Pune plant, that must be stored in a Pune store location only. It should not be stored under the Mumbai store location. No, every plant will be having their own store location to stock up the goods. And of course, you do have the quarterly basis report, yearly basis report, financial year, we can say it's a year end, year end. Then what we supposed to do at the year end? We are going to calculate our profit and the loss. How much product we have manufactured, in that how much product has been sold out, how much product has been goes into scrap, how much product has been returned, how much product has been damaged. There are many things. We need to get the report of complete material. We need to do the analysis. Based on that, we are going to get the final financial report. Based on that, we are going to calculate the profit and the loss. You know, when you are running, like normally, when mom is running the kitchen room, she's know what is the stock of each product, right? And of course, when it is coming to end, she always get to know, and accordingly, she will start acting. Means if they need anything in extra, they are going to purchase, make the stock of those products. So timely, we need to check the stock. Timely, we need to check the stock. And suddenly, you are starting preparing, and you get to realize that, oh, there is no sugar. Of course, your business is not going to be stopped, but in real time, it will be get stopped. So timely, we need to analyze what is the stock of each product, right? So that stock we need to analyze. Like, so owner is sitting in some other location. Let's assume yourself, you are the owner, and you do have the plants in different state within the India, or maybe your business is around the global, and you do have the different plants around the globe. Let's take an example of India only. But Indian, we do have the plants in one of them in Chennai, one of them in Bangalore, one of them in Kolkata, one of them in Pune, Mumbai. Then we do have in Gujarat, somewhere. Now, by sitting in one location, you want to analyze the stock of all the plant. Then, is it something you are going to visit the plant? You are going to call that plant physically, and you're going to ask for the stock? No. So for that, we need a consolidated report, so that sitting at one place, I want to analyze the complete report. What is the stock at my Pune plant? What is the stock at my Mumbai plant? What is the stock at my Chennai plant, Bangalore plant plus storage location as well. So that is what actually the data will be stored in a respective database table. If you look at the flow which we discussed, there we have discussed some tables as well. Material master data. Now, if I revisit the topic, see. So how the material will be created? By using the MM01. So material will be processed or the created, or the material will be registered by using the transaction code MM01. Once after creating the material will be stored in a different table. That information will be stored in a different table. Now, whenever you do manufacture the product, then it will be done with the PGR, PI, nothing but the goods received, goods issue, whenever we do the goods receive or the goods issue, that will be done by using the migo transaction. And once we do the processing of that goods, it will be stored in a table called mkpf and the mscg. So you must be like aware about these tables and the relationship. Whenever you get any requirement, first we need to understand for which business process this requirement belongs to. Now the requirement which we discussing, this belongs to the some generic, means it is related to the material. So you should aware about all the tables related to the material. Now when that plant is going to have the stock, when they are going to manufacture. Now how they are going to register the stock? By doing some PGR or the PGI. PGR means post goods receive. PGI means post goods issue. Means after receiving the goods, after issuing the goods, what is our stock? Post means later. After doing the goods issue, after doing the goods receive, what is our stock? So whenever we do the PGR or PGI, nothing but post goods receive or the post goods issue, the data will be stored in these two tables, MKPF and the MSEC. Right? So when before we manufacture the product, we need to be like sure in which plant which product is being manufactured. So for that we do have the table called MARC, plant data for material. We do have the MARC also, we do have the MARD also. But we wanted to, we are not going to register the material at this time. We wanted to check the stock. So if you want to check the stock, these are the two tables, MKPF and the MSCG. Now, before that, we need to understand what is the requirement for input. Of course, I got to know that what is the report which we need to develop. But what should be the input screen for this program? What should be the output screen for this program? So if I go with the input for this program, s underscore matner, then comes with s underscore ERSDA, this then comes with mtart, then comes with WERKS, nothing but the works, then comes with LGORT. Done. So this is the input screen to your program. It means in the selection screen, user required these 5 fields: material number, material creation date, material type. Okay, so these are the fields. So this is your material number. This is your material creation date, when your material has been manufactured. Then what kind of material? Material type. Then is it a chemical product? Is it a raw material? If it is a mechanical product, is it in a food product? What kind of product is this? That is a part of material type. This stands for plant and this stands for storage location. So these are the 5 fields. Now what user will do? He will pass the input, and if we click on execute, he should get the output. And in the output, sorry, The fields should be like works, nothing but the plant, then LGORT, nothing but the store location, then he need material number, material description, then quantity, then unit of measure, and then DMBTR, nothing but the price. If you want to get the currency key also. So this should be the output. Okay, this should be the output. Now you can ask me what other tables are being used. So here we should require 3 to 4 tables. Now if I discuss about the tables, as we know, the data will be stored in 3 layers. One with master data, then comes with header data, and the third one is item data. As we already aware, the data will be stored in 3 different layers: master, header, and the item. Can you see? Table wise data, master, header, and the item. The data will be stored in 3 different layers: master, header, and the item. And the second thing is like, it doesn't mean that whatever the fields are there as an input, you must have those field in the output. Not like that. It can be same, it can be different. In the input you might have the different field, and in the output you might have the different field. For example, if you look at, you do have 5 fields in the input: material number, material creation date, material type, plant, and the store location. Among these 5, in the output you can have only 3: one with the plant, store location, and the material. You don't have that material creation date and the material type in the output list, but you do have the different field. It can be same, it can be different. So it doesn't mean that whatever the fields are there in the input, you must have those fields in the output. It may be, may not be. Now, everything, there is some technique, there is some procedures to start. Now you might be having the question, from where I should start. There must be some start point, right? If you're learning the two-wheeler for the first time, what should you do? First, you need to put down the key, you need to on it, you can give the self. Then if it is a gear, you need to put the first gear. Slowly, you need to lose your clutch, and in parallel, that in a same like in a same force, you need to accelerate. Accelerate, we can say. The slowly how you are leaving your clutch, in the same way you need to accelerate. This is somewhat what procedure we can say. In the same way, the very first is what you must design your input screen. Thereafter, you need to analyze what are the tables we must use. So this is not going to be decided by you. I told you that we are going to receive the requirement in the format of functional specification document. That document contains the complete detail. What are the input fields should be there, for which table those field belongs to, what are the table you need to use, and how to build the logic. From which table I need to take the works, from which table I need to take the LGRT, from which table I need to take the MTAT, so on. Everything will be provided in detail. But still, if you don't have any confusion, you can simply go to the functional, you can ask the doubt. But keep in mind, simply don't go to functional directly. Before that, do some paperwork. See, at the whenever we receive the FS or the functional specification document, you need to read it completely. In one single go, you will never understand the requirement. Read it twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. At least you will get to know something like what we supposed to do. At least 40%, 50% you will get to know like what I supposed to do. And remaining, you can make a point what questions you do have. Then you can go to the function and you can discuss it. This is what we're supposed to do in real time. Take a break, take a time, read it the document more and more time to get it realize what we supposed to do. What is your And after that, still if you do have any question, then makes sense to go to the functional. So directly, whenever you receive the requirement, please directly don't go to functional. Now here, we are supposed to use 3 to 4 table. Now before I go to the table, I'm letting you know how to progress. Now this is my input screen. This is my input screen. Now for which table these input field belongs to? Now the first field belongs to the table called MAKT. Sorry, the first field belongs to the table called Mara. See, material is a unique common field. It will be available in many of the table, See, these are the table which is having the Mara as a primary and the foreign key. In all these table, you can find the matter as a field. But always, first you need to go in sequence. Check does that field available at the master level? If not, check that field is available at the header level. If not, come to the item level. See, the material is a field which will be available at the item level also, which will be available at the header level also, which will be available at the master level also. You can ask me which one is the master, which one is the header, which one is the item now. Now, item MSCG. Now, one of the table we're supposed to use is MSCG. In this MSCG also, you can find the material number. Then header table comes as MARC or MARD. There are many header table. And the master table is what? MARA. Always selection screen input you must compare with the Mara table only. Don't take your selection screen input to the item table directly. It means do not compare your material directly to the MSCG. If you do have the confusion, first check does that field available at the master level? If not, come to the header level. Check the tables at the header level. If not, comes to the item level. So this is not one day process. You require some time to get to know complete things. Then you can able to segregate the things. So for that, you need lot of practice, lot of understanding, right? Next, the ERSTA. This field is available only and only at the Mara level. So no confusion. So this MTAT, this field again available at the header level also, available at the item level also, available at the master level also. So compare with the master only. Next comes with plant. So this plant field available at the header level also, item level also. But I will go with the item because we need to get the material stock at the respective plant and the respective source location. And this field is available at the table called MSCG. So in the FS, they will clearly mention you. In the input, whatever the fields are there, from which table you need to take a reference. In the output, whatever the fields are there, for which table you need to take a reference. Everything will be provided clearly, nothing to worry. Now, accordingly, you need to develop your logic. Now, before that, user is having some validation. What validation? He want the default value in this plant, 1000 to 3000. I told that in India, I do have many plants and my business is around the globe also. In India is there, in the US is there, North America, somewhat in the China, so on. But whatever the report I'm developing, this report must work only for India plant. And the India plants, it is between range of 1000 to 3000. Every plant, every, bank will be having the unique identification as a IFSC code. Whenever you make a payment, you are going to add the IFSC code. Similarly, this is somewhat code. Plant is nothing but the unique number. Like you do have the Aadhaar card, you do have the PAN card as a unique identification. Similarly, plant will be having the unique identification. That could be anything. It never be a like 4-digit 1000. It will be 4-digit, but it never be 1000, 3000. It can be anything. ABC, XYZ, PQR, anything. It could be anything. Nothing to worry. But here in my system, I do have the different data, and that data is between 1000 to 3000. So what user is having the restriction? It will not be allowed to enter any value which is less than 1000, and it will not be allowed to enter any value which is greater than 3000. But within that 1000 to 3000, you can add any value, but not less than 1000, greater than 3000. If he's trying to do so, he should get the error message. Now, what are the tables we need to use? So first, what you need to do is you need to get this material number, material creation date, and the material type. You need to pass it to the Mara table. You need to pass the, like, what is the input? Input is to filter your data. See, user is having the habit to pass anything in range. But before that, you need to be make sure that does that input is valid or not. When you go to the society gate, they will not allow you to go simply. Like if you're visiting your guest, they will not allow you to go inside. First, they will validate. Are you visiting the correct society? Are you the right person? How they are going to validate? They are going to take the input from you. They will send it to the guest. If they approve, then they will allow you to go inside. Simply suppose if there is no security guy, then what you can do? You can simply enter and you can go to the respective flat, and then you get to realize that, oh, I came to the wrong flat, wrong society. Then you come out of this. Do you want to go in that way? No, right? That is a good, like, to have the security in the gate, so they can validate. If everything is okay, then they will allow you to go. That is what. So that validation first you need to do at the master table level. See, always validation must be done at the master level. Why? Master table contains the unique data. Unique. I told you that sequence. You first check, does that data available at the master level? Do at the master level. If not, come to the header level. If not, then come to the item level. Directly don't come to the item level. Suppose if I'm planning to validate this material field at the item level, nothing but the MSCG, then what's the issue? Of course, you'll get the correct data, but problem is that in the item level, you do have the duplicate data, and unnecessary it will take a longer time. We need to avoid that thing. So that's the reason whenever you do the validation, first validation or filter, first do at the master level. Check, does that field exist at the header level or not? Sorry, master level or not. If not, comes to header. If not, comes to item. Okay. So here what I'm trying to do, this material number, material creation date, and the material type. I will pass it to the Mara table and get the material number unique. As per the three input, what input we are passing, based on that, I'm going to filter the data and getting the correct and unique material. And of course, that material, so this we are getting from the Mara. We need the material description. And for the material description, what is the table? We already discussed in the business process. So this is a table. MAKT table will hold the material description. And this description will be in different language. So what we do, whatever the valid material we have received, that material we are going to pass it to the MAKT table. Whatever the valid material we have received, that material we are passing to the MAKT table. Whatever the valid material we have received, we are passing that material to the MAKT. We are passing that material, whatever the valid material. See, we have passed material number, material creation date, and the material type to the Mara. Based on these three input, we have filtered or we have received the correct material number. And that material we are passing it to the MAKT to get the material description. So this MAKT X, you can get it from MAKT. And then we need to pass this data to the MSEG to get the stock. To get the stock, right? So we are passing this valid material. We are passing this valid material. We are passing this valid material to the MSEG, like whatever material number, material creation date, material type, we have passed it to the Mara. We received the Matner. That material we have passed it to the MAKT. We receive the material description. Now again the same, actually we need the stock. We need the stock of material. We need the stock of material. So the key field is material. We wanted the stock of material. The key field is material. So we are passing the material number, material creation date, and the material type to the Mara table, get the valid material. And for that material, we need the description. So we are passing that material to the MAKT to get the description. Now the same material we are passing it to the MSCG. Along with that, we are passing this plant and the store location. So we are getting these details from the MSAG. Plant, store location, quantity, unit, and the DM media. And this is how your report is going to be generated.
This conference will now be recorded.
So go with the requirement. I can go with stock details report. Always provide the meaningful name. Don't go with your name, go with something like test. No. So just start with Z or Y followed by meaningful name. So the report which I'm generating, that is related to the stock details. So I'm providing the meaningful name as stock details report. So go with the create option over here. So I'm providing the title, something like the report which is related to the material stock details. Type executable, save. Now after the development, do you want to transport your object from development to quality, quality to production? Go with the package. If not, go with the local object. Now suppose you are saying that no, I'm just developing the program for practice purpose, then go with the local object. But anytime, later anytime, point of time, you can change the path from local to package or package to local. Just by go to object directory entry, you will get the same pop-up. Go with the change option, remove this $TMP and provide the your package name. Like just we provided in the last session, like ZA0 and save. It will generate the new TR for you. Just click on create option. So this is a report, or I can say program. Stock details report. Save. So this is a new TR. Now if you change your mind, then again go with the object directory entry, go with change, and you can make a $TMP. $TMP, so that it will revert it back to the local object. Right? Now, very first, we need to declare the tables, like what are the tables you are working for. I'm working with Mara, MAKT, and the MSCG. Then I'm going to create the selection screen, begin of block, B1 with frame, title, text hyphen, 000. Then in the selection screen, I do have the 5 field, one with the Matner, ERSTA, then comes with MTAT, then works for MSCG works, then comes with LGORT for MSEG LGORT. Selection screen is going to be end of block B1. Then now, before that, we need to have this user as asking, he wanted to have this default value in selection screen under the plant. Lower value should be 1000, higher value should be 3000. So that we are going to achieve by using the initialization. S underscore works hyphen sign is equals to I option is equals to BT low is equals to 1000, high is equals to 3000, and then we are going to say append s underscore works to s underscore works. Save and pretty printer. So whenever we create a selection screen with the select option, internally system will create an internal table with the 4 field, sign option low and high, and it will create an internal table with the old concept called a curse zero. It means header line plus body. So header line and the body will be with the same name. When you are appending the data from header line to body, you no need to say that append s underscore works to s underscore works. You can simply say that even this is also enough. It is a common understanding. Your data is getting appended from header line to body or work area to body. So here header line and header line and the body are with the same name. So this is enough. This is enough. Now if I click on activate, now before that I will just comment this one. I will activate. So this is your selection screen. Material number, material creation date, material type, then plant plus store location. When I enable this one, see, but still user having the options to change the value. He can change any value like this. But user is having the restriction. He should not enter any value which is less than 1000, or he should not enter any value which is greater than 3000. So then we need to go with the validation at selection screen on field. On which field you want to do the validation? S underscore works. Now let's suppose if you want to validate S underscore works and the LJOT both together at the same time, then you should not go with add selection screen on field. You should go with add selection screen output. If you want to do the validation more than one field at the same time, then go with the output. So here I am saying S underscore works hyphen low, which is less than 1000, or S underscore works, which is greater than 3000. We wanted to generate the message, enter the plant range between 1000 to 3000, and the type of message should be E. Okay, if you are trying to enter any value which is greater than 3000, you will get the error message. Can you see the message at bottom? Yes. But if you are entering the correct range, you will not get the error. You will not get the error. What we are seeing? Sorry. Yes, it is correct. Now, if I enter any value which is less than 1000, you will get the error message. See? Now, if I revert it back to the 1000, no, I'm getting the error. If I revert it back, it's still not working. What's wrong? At selection screen. Sorry, it should be higher. It should be higher. I'm wrong. My keyword was wrong. If s underscore lower value is greater than, sorry, less than 1000, if higher value is greater than 3000, I should get the error message. Now here, now everything is okay. Now your lower value is not less than 1000 or higher value is not greater than 3000, you will not get any message. If I click on execute, am I getting any message? No, right? But if I change any of the value which is lesser than 1000, lower value lesser than 1000, see, I'm getting the message. Now I'm changing back it to the 1000, see, again no message. Similarly, if I change any value which is greater than 3000, see, again the error message. Now I'm changing back to 3000. you can enter any value which is in between. Now suppose I can say 2000 to 2300. Now you don't get any error because my validation is lower value should not be less than 1000, higher value should not be greater than 3000. But in between you can enter any range. Am I receiving any error message? No, but I'm not getting the output as well. Why? Because I have not developed the logic at. I have just created the selection screen. I have just validated the selection screen. I have not developed my program at. We need to develop the program. Now, in total, how many tables we are working here? Three tables: Mara, Makert, and the MSAG. Now, in beans, you need to extract the data from these three different tables. Now, it's up to you. Either you want to go with the inner join, either you want to go with the for all entry. It's totally up to you. It's totally up to you. But I will not recommend you to use the inner join on all three tables. No, I will not recommend you to use inner join on all three tables. But if want, you can do the inner join on Mara and Makkad because these two are the header and the master table. You don't have much data on these two. You can do the inner join. But don't do the inner join with MSCG because MSCG will be having the huge data. So what we do is we will do the inner join on Mara Makkad and we'll do the for all entry on MSCG. Otherwise, you can do all for all entry, you can do all inner join. But performance, at last you need to take care about the performance. So first I'm going to create the structure begin of ty underscore Mara MAKT. So from Mara, I need the material number and that material we are passing it to the MAKT and we are getting the material description. Right? Next. Now, with this, we are going to inner join the Mara and Makat. From Mara, we will take the material number and that material we will compare with the MAKT. We will get the material description. And whatever the result we are getting, that we will compare with the MSCG. And for that, I'm creating the structure. Matner, type Matner. Then comes works. Then LGORT. Then Menge. Menged. So this works underscore D is a data element. LG underscore D is a data element. Menge D is also a data element. Then comes with mains. Then comes with DMBTR. I think WRBTR. Let's check. See, if you don't know the field name, if you don't know the data element, simply open the table in parallel. Go to S11. You can go with the Mara. So this is a master table for material. So material, the data element is material, ERSTA, then MTAT, MBRSH, MATCAL, mains, these are the fields from the Mara. But for the output list, we don't need any of the field except material number. Okay. Similarly, if I go with the MAKT, so in the MAKT, this Matner is a foreign key, and based on the language, you do have the description MAKTX. The data element is MAKTX only. And the stock you can find in the MSCG at both plant plus storage location level. So can you see? Material number, plant, store location. So material number, the plant data element is works underscore D, store location data element is LG underscore D. Then comes with, can you see? This is the DMBTR. DMBTR, this is a where's, nothing but the currency key. Now if you scroll down, this is a quantity and this is a unit. Okay, so I was correct. It should be DMBTR. DMBTR. Okay, then comes with WAERS. WAERS. Done? Okay. Now these are the data from different table, but we need the final data. So it means we need to create the final structure. Begin of ty underscore final. So final output, like final structure, should be as per the sequence in your final. What should the first fill in the final? Works, then LGRT, then Martner. So you can go with this way. End of ty underscore final. In that, this is material and the description. Okay. See. So first we do the inner join on Mara and Makat. Then whatever the valid material we have received, that we will pass it to the MSCG along with the selection screen plant and the store location. We will get the MSCG data and then we will combine into final. Now whatever the structure you have created, based on that we need to create the work area and the internal table. And the final. Okay. Now 3 work area. We need to define 3 internal table. Okay. Done. Now we will fetch the data. Select. See, in the database, your field sequence could be anything. Always keep in mind, you should fetch the data in a sequence which you have defined in a structure. So here, from the we are getting the Matner from Mara. We are getting the MAKT from MAKTX into table IT underscore Mara Makat. Sorry, from Mara is going to be inner join with MAKT on Mara hyphen Matner should equals to MAKT hyphen Matner, where Matner in S underscore Matner and ERSDA in S underscore ERSDA and MTAT in S underscore MTAT. If Sysabas is equals to 0, so this we will see later. Okay. We are going to do the inner join of Mara and Makat. So from Mara, we are getting the material number. From MAKT, we are getting the material description. From Mara is going to be inner join with MAKT. On Mara hyphen Matner equals to MAKT hyphen Matner. We are comparing the material from both Mara and MAKT into your internal table based on selection screen material number, which is going to be compared with the Mara Matner, and this is going to be compared with Mara ERSTA, and this is going to be compared with MTAT ERSTA. Okay. Now we need to say that if IT underscore MSEG, sorry, Mara Makat is not initial, we need to select Matner works LGRT Menge mains DMBTR and the WAERS. From which table? MSCG. Into which? IT underscore MSCG. For all entries in IT underscore Mara Makat, where Matner equals to IT underscore Mara Makat hyphen Matner. Done. So first we are going to do the inner join of Mara Makat based on the 3 selection screen input. So we have received the data in IT underscore Mara Makat. Now, whatever the valid material we have received from the Mara, that material we are comparing with MSCG matter, and we are getting the details from MSCG. So along with the material, we need to compare selection screen works as well. Otherwise, it will return the stock of all the material. Right?
This conference will now be recorded.
Now the data is in two different internal tables that we need to combine in final. It means we need to apply the loop. If you want to move the data from one internal table to another internal table, you can directly move it, but you must have the same number of columns. Now in the Mara Makat, you do have 2 columns, but in the IT final, you do have around 8 columns. The structure is not same. Similarly, in the MSCG, you do have the 7 column, but final having the 8 column. Again, structure is not same, and even not in sequence. So in that situation, we must do the looping. So loop, you should go in a sequence. The sequence you have written the select statement. The very first select statement on Mara Makat into work area underscore Mara Makat. So from work area underscore Mara Makat, we need to move the Matner to work area underscore final. Similarly, work area underscore Mara Makat hyphen maktx, we need to move to the work area underscore final maktx. Done. Next, now you can ask me, on the second internal table, do we need to write the loop or read? See, I told you about the plant, nothing but the manufacturing unit. Do you think they are going to manufacture only one product? Suppose iPhone 16, in that iPhone 16 Pro, let's assume. Do you think Pro is going to manufacture only one unit? No, they are going to manufacture multiple unit. So I need all the stocks, all. If you need only one stock, then read table. If you need all the stock, you need to go with the loop. So I'm going with the loop at it underscore mscg into work area underscore mscg. When you are writing the dependent loop, now this loop is dependent on this, means we are going to write the dependent loop. So that should not be generic. So while looping this internal table, we need to get the matchable entry of this work area. Then we need to say that same where which you have applied here. Only the thing is that instead of comparing with the internal table, you need to compare with the work area. So while looping the data from internal table it underscore mscg into work area, please bring only those material which material is already available in this work area. And then we are moving the data to final, like works is equals to work area underscore mseg hyphen works. Works LG then Menge, mains, DMBTR, and the VS. Okay. Append work area underscore final to IT final. That's it. Now your all data is in IT final. Now we are going to loop at IT underscore final into work area underscore final. And from there we are going to display. The first column is works. Then your second column is LGORT. Then your third column is Matner. Then MAKTX. 99. This is quantity. This is with 119. Mains. See, on based on what I'm giving this position, simple assumption. See, your plant is 4 characters. After 4 character, I want to give the somewhat 10 character difference. So I'm writing it as a 14. 4 character value plus 10 character position space. So your LGRT will start printing on the 15th character. It should be correct. 15th character. Then again, this LGRT is a 4 character. So it means 15 plus 4, 19 characters. So I want to give the 10 character space so that at the 30th character, we are starting the material number. So your material number is 18 character. So 30 plus 18, 48. And after that, I want to give the 10 character position space. Then it will be a 58. So I want to start at 59th position. So your material description is around 35 characters. So 59 plus 99, it is around 40 characters, right? So I want to start this with around 104. This is how assumption I'm going to go. And quantity is around 17 character. So 104 plus 17 character, it is 121 something, right? Or 111. Okay, 100, no, 121. So after that 10 character position space means accordingly you need to go with. So I can go with 129 or I can go with 130 something. That is how I'm going to assume. Okay, but this is not a perfect. Again, you need to see your output. Based on that, you need to decide. So 130, the mains is around 3 character. 33 plus 10, 43. So I can go with 145 as worker underscore final hyphen DMBTR. And this is with 145, 55, 65. I will go with 170. I think this is more. WAERS. Pretty printer, save and activate. Done. So there is no any syntax error in my program. Everything is okay. Now if I click on execute, even where validation is also correct, I'm passing the material number. Random material I'm passing 100F100 to 100F1 110. You can just check the material range and you can click on execute. Am I getting the output? No. What must be wrong?
This conference will now be recorded.
After writing the select statement, if you don't have the data, then we use Saisabasi. If it is not equals to 0, then I should get the message no material based on given selection criteria. Type of message should be yes. Similarly, I can say no material stock or I can say no stock font available for given selection criteria. I can say for given selection criteria. See, now I have applied the proper validation. And if I click on execute after providing the input, see, nothing is happening. Why? While discussing with the event, what we discussed, whenever we use the initialization or add selection screen, we must use the starter selection, otherwise your select statement will not be triggered. Okay, now you will get the output. This is your output. Okay, now suppose if I pass the incorrect material, something like Y, Still it is getting. Can you see the message at bottom? No material found for the given selection criteria. Now let's debug. Okay, I'm placing the breakpoint over here. Click on execute. I'm passing 100 F100 to 100 F1 110 execute. So this is the first select statement. I have passed the material number. I didn't pass any material creation date, even not the material type. When I do F6, I have received the material and the description in the table IT Mara Makat. Can you observe? Can you see your duplicate material? Actually, I supposed to get the unique material, but I'm getting the duplicate material. See, 100 F100, 100 F100, 100 F100. Why? Because these material has been maintained the description in a different language. So system is taking all the material, all the language. So this is incorrect actually. What does it mean? It should get the correct only the specific description. So what we supposed to do is we need to pass the language key. And in the MAKT, we do have the field called SPRAS that is going to hold the language. Now I want the description only in English language. So we are going to pass the EN. Now click on execute. Again pass the input. Okay. When I do F6, now you will get the correct material. Only three. 100 F1 100, the description, 100 F1 101, the description, 100 F1 110, the description. See, description always with the 40 characters, material always with the 18 characters. This is the length. Now we are checking size base is 0 because we have received the material. Then whatever the material we have received, I want to get the stock of only those material. So that we are going to pass it to the MSCG along with selection screen, plant plus storage location value. So we do have total 116 stock. For the same material, we do have the different stock, 40 quantity, 35, 45, so on, right? Then we are checking Saisabasi, it is 0. Now we need to combine the data. Now very first we are applying the loop on IT underscore Mara Makat. We do F6. The first material which we received is 100 F100. Now what we need to do? We need to read the stock from second table by comparing with this material because this IT underscore MSCG contains the stock from the different material. So we are going to loop it on. Likewise. So based on this 100 F100, whatever the stocks are there, it will keep on reading from the IT underscore MSCG, right? So it is reading the stock from IT underscore MSCG by comparing the material of work area underscore Maramakar. So it means we are only reading the 100 F100 material stock. So the data is being combining in IT underscore final. See, right? So on. Now I want to come out of this. So I'm placing the breakpoint at line number 101. Means he will come out of this looping. If I do F8, so it is reading the next material. So there are total among the 160, 112 stock belongs to 100-100 material. And that stock is available in different plant, not only one plant, because we pass the plant range from 1000 to 3000. So the stock is available in different plant. So he has read all the stock. Now he is going for the next material 100 F1 101. Now he will read all the stock. Now suppose if I go with the IT underscore MSCG, the first row is belongs to 100 F1 100. So 100 and 100 F1 101, it is at the 17th row. It is at the 17th row. Can you see this side tab X? It has read the 17th row. Side tab X will return the current index number, loop index number, right? So it is going to read all the stock of 100 F1 101. See, there were only 3 stock. Now it is trying to read 100 F1 110. So remaining stock belongs to 100 F1 110. So on. So there are total 100 F1, sorry, 116 stock of material 100 F1 100, 100 F1 101, 100 F1 110. Okay, when I do F6 and F8, see the material, sorry, the plant, the storage location, the material, the description, the quantity, unit, price, and the currency key.
This conference will now be recorded.
Addition to this, can you see here the plant, the storage location, the material, and the description? These are the duplicate. The user is saying that why you are printing the same value repeatedly. See, these stocks are available in 1000, 1100, and 3000. Why you are printing it duplicate? I don't want duplicate value, unique. And I want the column heading. How we are achieving the column heading, right? We need to go with the control break statements. So if you need the column heading, if you want to print the value uniquely, we need to work with control break statement. So what I'm going to do, the same printing statement we will redesign. So whenever you work on the control break statement, make sure that your internal table is in sorted format. Okay. Now we go with loop at it underscore final into work area underscore final. So very first, at first, we are going to have the column heading U line, right? So very first, plant. Already know SAP has provided the color. So we go with the color 3. I'm taking a random color. Next, storage location, color 3. Then at the 30th position, I'm taking the field as material. Then 59th position, I'm taking description, color 3. Then 104th position, quantity. Again, that is color 3. Then 130, unit. That is a part of color 3. 145, price, or I can say amount. Color 3. And then 170, that is a part of currency key. Color 3. U line, I can say end at. Right? Now I don't want to print the duplicate plan, duplicate store location, duplicate material, and the duplicate material description. So I need to say that at new works, we need to print the unique plant. It's going to be end at. Similarly, at new LGORT, we need to print unique store location. Similarly, we need to print the unique material. So I need to say right. See, parallelly you write the same position. At the 50th position, you want the store location, and at the 30th position, we need the material and the description. This is your material, and at the 59th position, I want the description. MAKTX. End at. Then next. So material description. Now as it is quantity, unit, price and the currency key we need to print as it is. So I will take this as it is. That's it. If I click on execute, see plant, sorry, plant, story location, material, description, the respective quantity, unit, amount and the currency key. But can you see here this description we are getting star star, and the reason we have already discussed during the actual control break statement topic. See, if I place the breakpoint over here and if I click on execute, okay, so if I look at this work area, you can have all the values: works, plant, materials, material description, quantity, so on. But when we say at new of any field, like material number is in the third position. Before that, you do have the plant and the store location, and then material, followed by you do have the material description. Till material number, you can visible all the value. Rest will becomes star star, means like invisible. Like, can you see? So that the reason it is printing the star star over there. And for that, what we supposed to do? During that actual control break statement topic we have done, we have created one dummy work area. So before we do add new, we are taking the data to that work area and then we are printing. We need to do the same here. For example, if you want, you can create the complete work area. So better, I would suggest create one variable lv underscore maktx type maktx. Now what we should do is, before we do this add new of material, we will take the backup of this data is equals to work area underscore final hyphen maktx. And here we do like this. Okay. Now if I place a breakpoint, 100 F100, 100 F110. Now before we go with this work underscore final is having all the data. Now before we do add new, we will copy the data. We will take a backup of that data to one of the variable lv underscore maktx, right? Now after that, whenever we do the add new, of course all data is getting blank, and here we do have that backup data. So we will print from that backup data. Now you will get the description. Can you see? Now this is the stock of 100-100 material which is available in the plant 1000, store location 0001. If you scroll down, see, in the same plant, same store location, this is the next material 100F1, 101, which is having three different stock. In the same plant, like 1000, the store location 0001, this is the next material stock. So material wise, we are printing the stock at plant plus store location. If you scroll down, see, at the plant 100F100, sorry, 1100, the store location, this is the stock of material. Only one stock with the quantity 7. Now, if you look at here, we are getting this heading and which is not looking good. Can you see? We are getting this heading and which is not looking good. I don't want this heading. How to remove this one? And first thing, like, from where this heading is coming from? From where this heading is coming? Can you see this report material? Where did we provided this description? During the creation of your program. Like if I go with the attribute, if I click on change, so this is the heading. This is coming from this title. Now can ask me, can we do the blank? No, it's a mandatory. Then how to remove that heading which is coming in the output list? See, I'm getting this heading which I don't want. I'm getting this heading but which is don't want. That you can remove by using no standard page heading. In front of this report and before the full stop, you need to provide no standard page heading. With this, the title which is coming in the output list, that will be removed. Can you see? That has gone. But there is an additional requirement. What user is seeing at the end of each material, he wants one line and he wants the subtotal of quantity, subtotal of this price. How to do? At end of. To calculate the subtotal, we do have at end of. So I can say at end of material number, I can say sum, and I can say the total the total quantity, and that total we want to calculate for work area underscore final hyphen menge, and that should be printed at 104 position. Similarly, we wanted to print the total amount, and that amount need to be printed at 145 position. DMBTR, and the end at. And before that, I want to draw the U line, something like this. Click on execute. Can you see here the total amount? Actually, it should go to the new line. Yes, it is in the new line only. So this is the total quantity and this is the total amount. Can you see the total quantity and the total amount? So what I wanted to do is here it should be come as total quantity. Here it should come as total amount. In that way, I want to do it. So for example, total quantity and total amount. This I will go with 130, and no, this I will go with 80th position, and this I will go with 103rd. So at the 80th position, the text will be printed. In the same line at the 104 position, total quantity will be printed. In the same line at the 130th position, total amount will be printed. In the same line at the 145th position, the total value will be printed. Now if you look at the output, can you see here the total quantity, total amount? So this is total amount, the total quantity, this is your total quantity. If you want, you can take this text slightly towards right as well. I can take this as a 90th position, and this I will take as 135th position. Now let's check the output. Can you see The total quantity is fine, but total amount got truncated. Okay, so what I will do is, this is 130 is okay, and this is, I will make 88. Now it is correct. The total quantity, the total amount. Now what we do is, see, after that you do have the line. It means we have done with the 100-100. Now the next is 100-101. The total quantity is 144 and the total amount is something. Can you see? 100 plus 24 plus 20, nothing but 144. Now if you want to highlight this one, if you want to highlight, you can say color 1. Can you see? You have highlighted. But can you see this text? Actually, this quantity and this is not aligned. Either you need to take this column simply towards left, or you can just move this heading towards right. Anything is okay. Anything is okay. So if I want to change this one, then alignment will be changed. What I do is I will just move this heading slightly towards right so that they comes on each other. Heading I want to move. Quantity I will take 110. Amount I will take with 152. I will take. I just move the column heading. Somewhat okay. Amount is okay. If you want, you can move the quantity bit. You can make it is 12. Now it is okay. At the each material level, you will get the subtotal. Now, if you want, you can calculate the grand total also, but not required. Really not required.